Alrighty, we're live. Hey guys, Rorius here. I just watching back myself. Um, I totally meant to do a thing today. I forgot until right before I started, so I'll have to save that for another time. Cryptic, I know. I made sure to keep that cryptic. But yeah, hello everyone. Hey Josie. I saw Sapphire or Mecha. I I mean, ayo. And yes, it is indeed Reddit. It is the Reddit. What do we call it? Reddit reaction stream. Hi, I may pass out. Gonna just vibe in the background. Okay. All good. Now, I've just opened this, so uh, this should have the majority of stuff that people have posted up until the start of the stream. Okay. Yeah, so the stream starting with, I remember this was a thing. The stream starting with some music from Damien. So we'll play. I'll just check to see if this isn't a whole album. Okay, no, it's just a song. It's just one song. Okay. So hey Melik. Hey Tiana. How you doing? This Fortnite event will not stop me from watching you. Well, thank you. If you have two monitors, you could have the stream on one and Fortnite on the other. That's what I always do. If I'm playing something, I'll have YouTube on and the other monitor. Should be something from you later on. These posts not as good as this though. Ah, okay. Well, I still shall look forward to it. I feel a little bad that Damien's not here yet. I don't think, at least. But if Damien, if you're watching this back, feels like final boss music. To me, this feels like a section of game after a big revelation. If you're gonna put it in like a game context, but for me this feels like the players have just found out some big twist or some big revelation about the world, and this is them post that revelation. Either cutscene wise or like I'm imagining it as like you're running down a path, but this music's playing as like revelation is happening. There's a scene in Final Fantasy X that that I'm sort of thinking of in terms of that style. Is this supposed to, oh, is this designed to loop? Or is this just a little outro? Okay, it's just a little outro. Very nice. Yeah, there's a section in Final Fantasy X where You arrive at a location. I won't say anything specific, so I won't spoil anything for people who intend to play it for one reason or another. You know, it's an old game now, but still, people might want to play it. It's like 20 years old. You arrive at a location that turns out to be a place that, if you watch the intro cutscene of the game, it is set in this location. It's near the end of the game. And you basically, the characters basically reenact the intro cutscene again. But with new context, you know, because you've actually got there yourself. And, following that cutscene, following that moment, when all the characters suddenly, like, have a burst of, I want to say a burst of energy, burst of motivation, whatever, and you start running down this path into this place. The path is full of, like, the hardest enemies in the game, almost. Not really, but up to that point, of course, they're the hardest enemies in the game, and they're all huge and brutal. And this music, instead of having the normal music playing and the normal battle music, this one song plays throughout the whole sequence. And, it's a really beautiful piece. And that song just kind of reminded me of it. Anyway, we got Malice this time. My brother graduated and I've eaten so much cake that I gained the weight of a small child. Well, I know the feeling though. That's me after Christmas, after the Christmas feast. Christmas is always the thing that ruins my diets. Just think of it as dieting for Christmas. That's basically what it turns into. Is that Christmas is like, all this special food is being made. And it's like, if you don't eat it, you're kind of like insulting or upsetting the people who made that food. So you eat it anyway, even though you're on a diet. Pardon the voice crack. You eat it anyway, even though you're on a diet. And then you gain all the weight back, and you're like, and afterwards you're like, your stomach is stretched out again, so you're hungrier all the time. At least that's my experience with Christmas. Walking past candy aisles is the thing which ruins my diet, which I don't have in the first place. Right, I see what you mean. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, I have a thing. I have like a saying, almost. That is like, it goes something along the lines of, I only have to be strong at the supermarket, then I don't have to be strong the rest of the week. And that is basically like, if I don't buy it, I don't have it at home. I only have to be strong at the supermarket. It helps me. So like while I'm at the supermarket, I don my don't buy anything, Rory, like mask that I like avoid all the fun food and just get what I need. And then when I get home, future Rory laments at past Rory's actions. Like, god damn it, why did he have to be good at that moment? Now I don't have any snack food. But that's, cycle repeats endlessly. Wait, do you have a mask? We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking. Sorry, that's a reference. There's a future Rorius? Yep. There's future Rory, present Rory, past Rory, recording Rory, editing Rory. And, yeah, there could be a vampire Rory. Yeah. Alright, we got some... Speaking of Rory, we now have some Mories. Give you a cheeky like. Oh, I see. You're you're like playing against yourself. Ah, I see. Yeah, so they went for the that was just like entity displeased, it said. Yeah, you played a game with yourself so that you could show off the different Mories. Inextricable stare. So what was that second thing? Was it just another Mori, or does it look like a Mori, but it looked like a soft Mori? Explain, Mecha. Alright, now we've got deleted scene. Hey Tails, what's up? Oh god, are you... What are you doing?
Hey Tails, what's up? Oh god, what are you doing?
Sonic, it's all connected. It's a chicken, Sonic. They are secretly controlling the system and everything. The big giant chickens. Thing about it, Sonic, they call him Eggman for a reason. Are you with the anti-chicken resistance, Sonic?
My only question, why does he get in the car at the end? He's the fastest man alive, or the fastest thing alive, isn't he? Uh-oh. When can we have Robo-Rorius? Uh-oh, what is this? Human robot mass production process with new 3D printer factory in Korea. This looks horrifying, somehow. Oh god. Sonic can drive? Yeah, exactly. Korea become human? I wonder where in Korea it is. Because if I knew, I would say, like, if it was the capital, Seoul become human. Yeah, these the like electricity / laser 3D printers that with a 3D thing emerges like that. These are really cool 3D printers. Today on How Is It Made? Yeah. Korea, please don't become human. Oh my god. Yeah. Like, oh god, oh please, not human. Don't become human. I think I'm waiting for... Maybe I'll skip ahead. Oh, thank you, Tiana, for the 200 Czech crowns. Here's to your diving career. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Because at the moment I'm making nothing from my developments. But maybe someday. I mean, technically now I am making something. Ooh, hey, Rocky. Chocolate faces.
Thank you for your donations.
There it is. Thank you. Tiana's at it again. I appreciate it. It's been a little while since I've had any donations, so I really do appreciate it. Okay, so they're painting it to make it look human, to make it look realistic. They're doing a really good job too. Whatever materials they're using, whatever paints they're using, it's creating that like subsurface scatter look, where it's like it looks like there's depth to the skin. It's not just a flat surface. Oh, it's upsetting. Oh, thank you for a further 10. Shit crown. Kevin Spacey. I don't know.
Thank you for your donation.
I don't know who this. There it is. I don't know who it's modeled after. From this angle, it looks a bit like the guy who plays Malcolm's dad / Walter White. Oh, they're all different. Yeah, so what's the... I thought they were gonna show more of it here. I thought they were being used for I thought they were putting them on production things, but no, they're actually just for display. Okay. Oh, still weird. But they're stiff. They don't they don't emote. They can't like change their face around, which is somewhat pleasing and preferable. Oh, I watch Astral Spiff. I'm subscribed to Astral Spiff, so oh, thank you, Archie, for the €25. Have a happy diving, and also, you know, my doors are always open for music asking. Yeah. I'm not quite there just yet, so I shall make that call once I get to that point. I'm still working on attaching sound effects, because I've decided that all the ones that I've downloaded I don't really like super well, so I'm like gonna record on my own sound effects for characters and stuff. I'm gonna need some voices.
Thank you for your donations.
There it is. Yeah. Thank you. I'll buy your way into Firelands. Yeah. Yeah, you pay me exclusivity contract. Like, you're like, I'll pay you this much for your games to be released under our name. And for this much of the cut of the sales. Corruption 101. Money corrupts all. They're there to intimidate us and to tell us We're fucked, yeah. Well, yeah. So I've actually seen this video by Astral Spiff. Astral Spiff. He's one of the speedrunner guys that I've been watching recently. Oh, I didn't hit like. I always hit like.
If you know what you're doing in Chapter 1 of Poppy Playtime, you can easily beat the game in 7 to 8 minutes. If you know where you're going in Chapter 2, it still takes about an hour. Chapter 2 is so much longer than Chapter 1. And within 24 hours, we have managed to beat the second
5
almost
minutes.
as quick as we beat the first.
Yeah, 5 minutes 58.
It's a PB.
Just tell me, buy yourself something nice.
PB'd by less than a tenth
Thank you
of
for
a
the further
second.
€2.
To start, let's talk about how I skipped half the game.
Yeah, this YouTuber really cool.
Thank
I would
you for
highly
your
recommend.
donation.
I won't keep watching because I have already seen it. But yeah, go check out Astral Spiff if you like speedrunning content, especially stuff to do with like Poppy Playtime, Five Nights at Freddy's, specifically Security Breach. But also he's played some other Five Nights at Freddy's stuff as well. And then yeah, I came across his channel earlier this year. And yeah, they're a cool YouTuber. I think they're a streamer more than a YouTuber, but cool both. Isn't it that literally what a publisher does? Yeah, basically. But what a publisher does is they go to. I mean, I don't really feel like I need to explain it. You're probably already familiar, but for people who don't know, yeah, publishers basically well, actually, usually it's the game company like, we've got this idea, will you publish our game? Give us some money and we can make this thing. And then the publishers are like, that sounds good. Yes. We'll pay for your development, essentially. Like, we'll give you this much to develop the game. And with, like, potential boosts. If you meet deadlines or if you do this or that. If you change, but then it's like, also, like, but for that, you need to follow our orders. If we decide we need to change something, you have to change it. So the publishers have, like, control over ultimate decisions to do with the game as well. And publishers are also usually, like, will advertise your game for you. So a huge amount of, like, the advertising, the PR, the representation, what you see in terms of, like, trailers and stuff, that is the publisher. They don't make it, but they're the ones who are paying for it. A publisher is Violent Studios. There, dictionary definition. Yeah. I said something nice, not expensive. Yeah. Yeah. You want to be a greedy cow? Published by Gearbox Software, famous last words. Well, Gearbox used to be like a small dev team. They're the ones who worked on Opposing Force and Blue Shift for for Valve. For Half-Life is what I was actually looking for. What's all this then? RNG 20XX. Thank you, Tiana, for the further 200 Czech crowns. You guys are spoiling me. Thank you. Anyway, we must preserve this footage for future generations. Reporter turns ghetto in 3 seconds.
Thank you for your donation.
There it is. Thank you. The only reason Gearbox is a thing is Borderlands. Best game series ever, by the way. Right. Yes. I mean, I've played Borderlands. If you haven't checked it out, I've played it with Damien. And yeah, we got some playlists back there somewhere. Can't forget about Opposing Force. Yeah, Opposing Force was really good. Blue Shift, I was like, yeah. But Opposing Force is really good. Really good expansion to Half-Life 1. And that was one of Gearbox's earliest projects that they worked on. Gearbox has released some cool things in the past, but I don't like their CEO guy. He seems like, if you knew him as a person, he seems like he'd be a cool guy, like cool friend. But as a boss, I don't know that he's super good at it. That is coming from someone who has no idea, you know. It's just surface level stuff. But still. Yeah, Randy Pitchford. he's just said a few things, and I'm just like, oh, did you have to say that? Because I've seen the iconic Borderlands live streams. Oh, not the live streams. I'm talking about the series that I did. Because I played right through Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel. Oh, well, no, Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Oh, as well as I've played through that like DLC. Randy uses Twitter like an edgy 13-year-old. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Digits. Yeah. Yeah, played through 2 of the games as well as the DLC that was like the what's the name? Tina's Wonderland DLC.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death? The fuck is that?
Oh,
Shit!
yes. This is famous.
I'm dying in this fucking country-ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck? I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out this country, motherfucker. I can't even see me.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, that's a classic. Right. Like a fly or something flies in his mouth, and he immediately, he's like, ah! Immediately breaks his, like, reporter character. Didn't Randy get physically violent a couple of times? That's what I'd heard. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I'd heard. I don't think that aired. I think that was pre-recorded. They just thought it was so funny that they played it probably in, like, a blooper reel thing. And, it's now famous. Alright, GWP, I don't know what that means. Leader of the KKK pranked by BBC. Oh. I pranked America's most racist man.
This is America's most racist man.
Oh, I can't really watch
this
this
one.
one,
Story
but-
of how I found this man and tricked him into giving me an interview. But the craziest thing about all of this is that it was all an accident. Because originally I was traveling to Harrison, Arkansas, because based off the videos I've seen online, it's America's most racist town. And as I have a lot of history trolling racists,
They're our streets. They're taking our houses, they're taking the lot.
And they took your teeth as well.
Yeah, they did.
I thought I was definitely qualified to go down there
Global
to
warming
see this
potential.
town for myself
Ah.
and find out if it really is racist.
The sequel to Golf with Friends called Golf with Parents. I won't watch it like much of that. I'll just watch that intro. But yeah. Yikes. There's like 4 there's like 4 meetings though. Yeah. Alright. Seems interesting. Gmod knockoff in 2 days using Unity. Oh. I like these.
Hey
I like
guys,
seeing
Fun Noober here bringing another video. In this video, I tried to make
Fun
Gary's
Noober.
mod in 48 hours. Many of you guys know what Gary's mod is, but if you don't, let me explain. So, Gary's mod is a sandbox game based on the Half-Life 2 engine, so it has a lot of the same things that Half-Life 2 does, and this game has no defined purposes as it is a sandbox game. In this video, I tried to replicate the physics gun and the spawn menu from the Gary's Mod game. So let's get started. So I made a new Unity project and import the player movement script from my game Vortex Alpha VOAL. Oh, you don't know what VOAL is?
Yeah, I assumed he was
I'm working on
he was meeting like the
I
KKK
set up the player
leader.
controller script and added the ground check in the camera.
Oh, I see.
After that, I created a simple
cult,
cube for the
right, I
physics
see,
gun.
I see.
The physics gun for now is just a cube.
Pretending to be a
with
news
Gary's
reporter.
script. Alright, the physics gun script is a simple script with 2 functions for now.
Oh, you didn't know
So the update function I
Gmod
added
was in
an input
Source?
function to receive
Yeah, that's like
information
that's the whole
used for
point.
physics gun.
Is it's a Source
This function
engine
was
game
real
that's supposed to
simple, it was
basically
just
be able to do
input.getMouse
anything
button
Source
down,
engine.
And then I passed in 0. I'll change this later because I kept having issues where the physics gun felt clunky to use. This was actually because of raycast problems. Now I created the pickup function, which is just a raycast then parenting the selected object to the camera so it moves with the camera.
Yeah.
This, most likely or not, is the worst way to go about it, but it works. And if it works, it works.
That's
The
definitely
jump
how I would do it
function
initially, at
is
least.
called in the update function whenever the user releases the left mouse button. This function just unparents the object from the camera and removes all constraints added when picking up the object. Right now, the physics gun is just a rectangle, but I can fix that by using Blender. If you don't know what Blender is, then let me explain. Blender is a free, open source.
I do know what Blender is.
So, physics gun Unity was pretty simple, as I just exported the physics gun model to an FBX in Unity, then deleted the old rectangle. I then added the physics gun script back to the physics gun, and it just worked.
I would have personally... Usually, I try good practices, and that one of those good practices is to have the graphics of an object like that be a separate object that is a child of the parent object. So that when you do stuff like that, when you delete a cube and then add a model in, you're not having to re-implement the code again, even if it is simple.
I tried adding in a line renderer to the physics gun for a little bit for more visual feedback, but I did not have enough experience with the line renderer. I later found out that the reason was glitching out because it was colliding with the player instead of the object.
Ah, yes, you need to have the player be a mask.
Menu was simple. I just created
I
a
have,
canvas
you know,
and a new
ignore
panel,
the player
set the
collision.
panel color to black so the button stood out a bit more. I added a button and made it square, and also increased the size. I wanted to add images to the buttons, but I later realized it would not have been worth the time. So now we have a button that says cube, but right now this button doesn't do anything.
This image Blender is obviously a light projection device.
This was pretty simple, as I just did a
Blender is obviously the thing you put food in, and then you...
I kept having this error
You
where
press a button, it mixes
the
it
object
together.
was on the player. Again, it was with the raycast colliding with the player. Adding the script to the button was pretty simple, as I just dragged an action on the button and assigned the proper prefab.
Damn it, I didn't see Mecha's comment. Mecha beat me to it.
In game, making this work was simple, as I just created a script
Like an
to check if
reference.
it is enabled, and if it is, then disable
Light
it.
projection device.
I had no raycast issues.
That does sound familiar.
I just had to add a return function so it would actually enable and disable.
Blender's that guy from Futurama? Yeah, it's a knockoff Futurama. It's Blender and Fly. Unity crashed, uh-oh.
In Half-Life
And
2, we have
Lilu.
the gravity gun that has the ability to launch things. I wanted this, and so I edited the physics gun script so it can launch rigid bodies. I went through several iterations,
hey,
but
Link.
the one I settled on was where the object would
How you
launch
doing?
no matter if you were holding it or not. I was once again having raycast issues. Another error I was encountering was
It's
where
like King
the
called the
object
spotlight
would
of Blender
punch
at some
into
point,
the
I think.
player
Ah,
and wanted
right.
to get further, so I just
Yes, I
made
recall
the
that it was
force
a...
negative.
It was,
Spawning in cylinders
yeah,
is
it's
simple,
that,
as I just have to
it's the laser thing that you, like, you redirect the laser to fire at a thing at the, like, prism that casts the rainbow bridge. And he's like, I thought that was a blender. Yeah, you're right, it totally is.
to create a new prefab and a new material, and just make a button and assign the material
Oopsies.
to the prefab and assign the prefab to the button. This is when I did a debug message and figured out that the ray kept hitting the player instead of the object, making the physics gun feel clunky. I made a new layer and called it object, and every time the ray is shot out, it's only colliding with things on that layer called object.
So you do it.
Right now, our level is just a green plane with no detail on it at all. I'm going to fix that now. I installed ProBuilder and ProGrids and started blocking out a simple layout. If you want to know how I use ProBuilder yourself, then I recommend you check out my Unity ProBuilder 2021 video. Now let's get back to talking about level design. The layout I blocked out was pretty
Speaking of
simple.
physics masks,
Where the area you
I
started
like
at
religiously separate my
is
collision
raised
layers
above ground up a
because I
bit,
rely heavily
but I
on
kept
using
having
each layer for
weird
certain
topology
functionality. Right.
issues, so I ended up scrapping it.
Well, in Unity, most of the time, you don't really need to... I've never actually used ProBuilder, by the way. You don't really need... In terms of physics colliders, you don't need to have separate layers. All you do is inside the physics piece of code, you just make you immediately check to see if the tag for the thing that is colliding is something that you want to interact with. So in the case of like a collectible, for instance, inside the on trigger enter, you just check like if the collider of the other object dot the game object of the other object dot tag equals player. You know, usually there's a tag called player. So you don't need to have a separate layer for the player, for instance. Layer for the player. In the Game Jam game, I had separate collision layers for world physics and interaction logic. Right. Oh. It's not that I don't like ProBuilder, I've just never used it. There's to do something I was speaking to him about earlier. Oh, I think something got lost in the YouTube chat system. Yeah, no, I would use ProBuilder. I think it's a good idea for starting out, making your basic layer. ProBuilder sucks. I see. Real-time CSG looks nice. Right. Oh, I've seen that real-time CSG because I was looking for CSG. If people recall, I have the pieces of pizza in my game that I'm making, and at the moment they just like they raise up and they wiggle to say that you're eating them. And we tried out using the transparency so the pizza would like slowly disappear, and then that would make the pizza like it would eventually completely disappear, and that would be the pizza finished. I didn't really like the transparency. It didn't look right in my opinion. So I got rid of the transparency and it still just wiggles. But I really tried using a form of CSG. There's a plugin I got that was like I think it's called U model or U modeler or U. It starts with a U and then something. And it had CSG built into it. CSG, by the way, is the system for, you know, you can like you layer over two objects, and then depending on how you select them, you can cut out shapes from it. So I started trying that. I like cut out a circle of one object, one model, and it successfully worked, and I got a pizza that had like a bite out of it. I used just a sphere to cut a bite out of the pizza. But the problem with that system, the reason I haven't used it in the game, is that I realized very quickly that I was essentially going to have to use that system to create a series of models that would each be the pizza with a certain amount of bites taken out of it. Some sort of shader that clips the pizza on a plane and then move the pizza through the plane as it's eaten could work maybe. I could do that, but then I'd have like flat lines. I tried actually when I was looking this up, when I was trying out the CSG thing, I was looking for filters that would do it. But seemingly I couldn't find a single example of a filter in Unity that had like CSG based cutouts. So I ended up trying out that plugin that I found. But then, yeah, as I said, I realized I was going to need to make basically individual models for every single amount of bytes. And I was like, I don't think that's the right way to go. It was going to take too long, I thought. If I was going to make models for each byte, I would just make them in Blender, honestly, and then import them. And then what I'd have to do is make a little system for swapping out the models as you finish the pizza. And I just thought it... Personally, I thought it was not worth the time. maybe after I've made it and I can add to it, add extra content to it, I might do stuff like that. But This game is not designed to be like a quality game. It's just supposed to be like a fun, silly game. So I don't want to spend too much time on that.
I then started over this time without the topology
But yeah,
issues,
as I
and
said,
got
never
pretty
used
far
Pro
into
Builder.
it.
I
This
always just
map is
make
bigger
everything out
than
of
the old one. Keeping the same layout of
primitives.
the old one, I raised the ground up a bit, but this time without the topology.
And then if I want to make something beyond that, I make models
I played
in
it and
Blender.
figured out that was way too easy to fall off, and once you get off the raised area, you can't come back up. I fixed falling off the map by adding a wall, and fixed not being able to get on the platform by making the slope a little bit more gentle. Our game
Fortnite,
kinda looks
Rori's
really
fave
blank,
game.
but I can fix that by adding in some post-processing.
Dude.
I installed the post-processing stack and set up my camera to work with it. Now the post-processing is set up, but there's no post-processing right now. So I fixed that by creating a new
Real-time CSG
post-processing
sucks, use
profile,
Hammer and then convert it to,
added to our
to Unity.
Right
Yeah.
now this profile does not... Right now this
uTorrent.
profile does nothing, so I added in some bloom, which makes the brighter areas glow, such as the sign parts of our physics gun. Now our game is complete. Be sure to subscribe and leave a like if you want me making more knockoffs of other games in the future. Now enjoy some of these clips. FunNoober out.
I was gonna say, I made a system that works a little bit like that, but it's... Let's just say I a little while ago, I worked on a system that was... supposed to be like a knockoff of, real Gary Newman. A knockoff off of, Superliminal. Where I made a system where you can pick up an object. There's 3 objects sitting immediately around you. You can and you stand perfectly still. You don't run around. I didn't bother to even make you able to move. But I made a system where it's like you can pick up an object. That object would stay exactly as it's sized on your screen. But if you moved over different surfaces, it would actually resize it for that surface that you're putting it on. So it basically, yeah, I made the perspective system, except I didn't bother to do any of the like recalculation in terms of where it should be placed in front of the wall. So it just gets it just inserts into the wall, but at the right size. Oh, dear. It's a very poor knockoff, but still. Oh, I see. No, you're drunk music. I finally released some music. There's more, but I don't feel like uploading it all at once. It'd be great to see what you think. The link to my YouTube. Did you just like the YouTube channel? Okay. Also, Frost, Mediora, and EXE are probably my favorites. I see. Give you a cheeky subscription. So wait, which ones? I'll listen to the ones you listed. Frost and Mediora and Mediora, and EXE. And they got a decent amount of views each as well. That's good. Give you some cheeky likes as well. Do you know Gary Newman personally? Yep. I don't. Ah, yeah. That's right. Where does the word Boston come from? Like, what is it? What's its original What's the place of origin? Just eating some leftover chips from last night. They're cold and sad. I don't know, TikTok. Fair enough. It's one of those words that makes me feel like an old man. Because I'm just like, I have no idea what this means. I know what it means, like, logically, but linguistically it makes little sense, yeah. Yeah, I understand the meaning, but I just don't know. I want to know more about the word. Mr. Beast just released a Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory recreation video. It's got Gordon Ramsay in it. I'll have to watch that after the stream. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention it at the start of the stream. The reason we're starting at 8 today is that I can only stream until, like, at the latest, like 11:30. So the stream will be about 3.5 hours long. I didn't want to stream at 9 and then only have like 2 hours. Yeah. It said that it was in a bunch of rap songs on TikTok. It was inspired by a girl named Janelle Rona. That's how I would guess that's pronounced. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I still feel like was it like something was moving rapidly, and she was like, "That thing's bussin'." Because it's like moving like a bus. I wanna like, I feel like in my era, the when you use the bus, you're bussing exactly. See, back in my day, all the the lingo came from like usually acronyms or something similar. So you know, things like lol, ruffle, lamau. They're all like shorthand for laugh my ass off, or lots of laughs, or rolling on the floor. So, yeah. You're thinking of busting tables? Yeah. Yeah, when you're waiting tables, when you're cleaning up tables, you're bussing. Oh, yeah, well, it means both. It means both. Actually, yeah, if you asked me back in 2010, 2011, I would have said laughing out loud. I just kind of blanked for a second there, and lots of laughs was the only thing that I could think of. Yeah, stuff like yeah, everything had like a reason for its wording. But I feel like these days, most of the words that I come across, I don't know. I have no idea what the origin is. So, hence why I say like I feel like an old man. Well, to hint the clips I posted, my brain went bussin' to make them. Alright. Yeah. Oh, cool. This is a cool piece. Yeah. And I see an interesting second name. I feel like we came across this username the other day. Yeah. Alright, so now we got is it Mediora? Ed Mediora. Assuming it's Latin. Oh. A nice vibe, yeah. This one's much more intense. You can't think of a cool, come up with a cool name at use Latin. See, I don't know Latin, but I do know ad infinitum means like and onward. Basically, it means to go on infinitely. So ad Mediora. Breaking point is probably not it's probably the most intense piece. Ah. Just the certain certain root words makes me think that Mediora might be like sick, or in French, melody means like illness or ailment. Ooh. The song is a vibe. What are the sponsors? Oh, okay. Yeah, so at the start of the stream, you would have seen me eating peanut butter toast. I had some toast with some peanut butter on it. What I'm eating at the moment is cold leftover chips from last night. Yeah. I have glass of no sugar Coke. I also have a banana, just in case. I don't think I'm gonna eat it. I technically also have some chocolate on my desk, but that's just been sitting there for days. I looked up what ad Mediora means in Latin. Means for the better. Towards better, yeah. Yeah, I according to Google Translate, it meant for the better. But yeah, no, to forever, or toward better, sorry. And toward forever for ad infinitum. What makes a lot of sense to me. So, yeah, close enough, yeah. Emergency banana. The all important emergency banana. Literally, like, this is what I tend to use it for. Like, you gotta have the banana at the desk, just in case you get hungry. Cat jam? It's something I should do. I should make a game jam that's just cats. The theme is cats. There's only 5 boy was here, yeah. Further back, well, I'm basically exposing it, but one of my clips has the Legion with his amazing terror radius and chase music, and if it's the vibe of edge, I see. Edgy teenagers, yeah. Oh, hey Mr. Caddis. You showed up right as we talked about cats. Cat Jam. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. That one was a real vibe. I loved that one. Now we got EXE. I've still got that other song stuck in my head. You never know when you'll be chased, and you can use that banana peel to whoop, and then they I really like that video. Oh my god, I gotta find it. I've got a video to show after this one. During my stream last night, I decided to do custom. You didn't know Mega Juke? I see. You should have clipped it so you can well, someone ask someone to clip it so you can just show that that amazing Duke. I always pronounce it Duke even though I know it's spelt with a J. I don't know why I always pronounce it Duke. Dukedom. That's what came to my mind when you just said emergency banana. Yeah, you did clip it. Oh, okay, cool. Some real chill vibes. Hold your ears. I can feel how you're feeling, but I think like it's one of those things where it's like, I know when you're listening to, or when you're viewing, when you're seeing other people experience your art, I think it's pretty common experience to be like, to be afraid and to be like, to cringe a little because it's your own art. But I think it's great. Well, the visual paired with the like style really makes me think that like this feels like it could belong in a cyberpunk-esque, or you know, like a future style video game where you're exploring like empty streets. This feels like a one where you'd be like wandering down empty streets of a cyberpunk futuristic styled environment and being like, why is there no one here? for some reason, the reason I say empty streets, it's giving me a slight, just the tiny like element, a tiny speck of Silent Hill vibe to it for me. So it's coming across like a, but yeah, there's definitely like that futuristic style, like musical elements, along with like feelings of like isolation. I don't know why, it's giving me that vibe. So I imagined like an empty street in like a cyberpunk future, and you're like running down it, exploring it, and with that music playing in the background. Yeah, as you'll notice, we here at Rorius, at Rorius Inc., tend to associate things with video games a lot. Yeah, that was really cool. Thank you for your submissions. Right. So, we were talking about banana peels and like emergency bananas before. It reminded me of this, and I have to show it. If you haven't seen it. It's such a perfect clip. It's just beautiful. It's just a perfect, beautiful little clip. Uno reverse, yeah. Stray cat becomes beloved school mascot. Ooh. Sorry, my nose is a little bit blocked suddenly. I need to like blow it. Alright, let's have a look.
Look at this sweetheart. A stray cat adopted by students who attend a primary school in Western Turkey has quickly turned into their beloved mascot. The cat, affectionately named Sleeper, had no known family and was found on a nearby street. Now, Sleeper is living the high life. A local vet gave her all her vaccinations, so she is healthy and strong. Students feed and take care of Sleeper, who likes to spend her days dozing in the sun and playing with students at recess. And this is Caramel the cat, who lives the dream in Bursa, Turkey. Caramel got the name because of its colors. It wanders around the class and falls asleep on the desks. I mean, just look at Caramel plopped right in the middle of students doing their work, not a care in the world. Who wouldn't want an emotional support animal hanging out with them all day? For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Stephanie Officer.
That is very cute. I know at my mom's school, they, there's certain people at the school that take care of, there's like a couple of stray cats. There's like almost always a couple of stray cats around the area. So they put food out for it, and so they kind of have a stray, like, they have like in-school cats. But yeah. I saw the, in America, people slip on bananas. In Soviet Russia, bananas slip on you! Yeah, there's a famous comedian whose whole shtick was doing like a fake Russian accent and saying in Soviet Russia, and then saying the thing that is like the reverse of the logical thing. Oh. I was like, did Digits do this? Damn, it was TV Gen. But I've wanted to make a game that is, I wanted to make a Zelda-esque top-down open world RPG game myself. I really want to make one of
everyone.
these.
I'm working on a procedural modular terrain system for my projects in Unity. When I say projects, of course I mean games. But I'm a behavioral scientist, so I wanted something that would work for behavior simulations too. In Unity, you can simulate all sorts of things, like voids, utility AI, neural networks, and kinesis. Keep an eye out on my channel for more of this kind of thing, and let me know in the comments what kind of simulations you think would be fun. In the past, I spent a lot of time working on procedural voxel terrain. I've done Minecraft-style voxels, marching cubes, and dual contouring.
Sounded like he said voxels
there were
rather than
challenges.
voxels.
Sometimes they were interesting. Like, this was one of my first attempts at marching cubes terrain. No idea what happened here. Looks kind of neat though.
Yeah,
Other times... Well, okay, I know what it looks like. I promise. It's not what I was going for. I knew I wanted to move away from the kind of voxel complexity I've spent far too much time on. And then I learned about wave function collapse.
This. Yeah.
No, not this wave function collapse.
Peels the feels.
This wave function collapse. Hey, don't get mad at me, I didn't name it. So this method can generate 2D textures from input or generate 3D worlds from modules. The texture version looks something like this. You saw the 3D version at the beginning of the video. Let me tell you how I got here. I was starting a new side project, as one often does, and at the time I was really into pixel art and classic top-down games like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I like the fun little perspective tricks they use, like look at how the walls are angled to get better visibility.
Yeah.
They even angle the models in some of the top-down 3D games.
I was about to say, it's fascinating if you look closely at, I think it's like, I can't remember which one it's called, but it's the one where you like turn into a picture on the wall. You can like turn yourself into picture mode and like slide along the walls. They slant the geometry in such a way that you have better visibility. Link stands at an angle because you can see his model better, and it looks normal when you're looking at it from a perspective up above. But yeah, that's super cool. That's super interesting to me.
I wanted to make a 3D procedural mesh that had the same top-down pixel art vibe and angled walls. And I did, and I liked the overall look at the first attempt. It helps that I'm borrowing a lot from textures like Castlevania, Zelda, and Metroid. I'm also using a pixel art shader on the characters. While I was working on this, I got really distracted by art style, and maybe I'll talk about that.
Can't remember if I added something to the comments of this one. Usually if you're friends with someone, their comments will come up the top. But maybe I'm not subscribed to your channel digits. If you have a channel on YouTube, maybe I'm not subscribed, so it doesn't show up.
In another video. My next task was to remove gaps between adjacent blocks. At first I tried a custom extruded version of marching squares, and it worked really well until it didn't. Then I tried marching cubes. Remember how I said I didn't want to use voxels? Well, here I am again using voxels. It did exactly what I wanted, but it was so much work. Let me tell you a little bit about marching cubes, and you can see where I went wrong. Here I have a 3D grid of voxels. The dark voxels represent solid material, while the light voxels represent open space. You can kind of imagine what the overall shape will be, especially if I don't show the open voxels. They're still there, they're just not being shown. You might be tempted to place a cube everywhere there's a solid voxel. This is the voxel approach used by Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's nice, but you can really only get cubic shapes. The marching cubes method uses a cell of 8 voxels, 1 in each corner.
Yeah.
Remember, the open voxels are still there too. A mesh is built inside the cell to separate the solid and open voxels. Here, a flat ground mesh is created since there are 4 voxels at the bottom of the cell. In the next cell, an angled ramp is needed to cover the solid voxels.
Yeah.
This cell has all solid voxels, so it's completely underground and doesn't need a mesh. Now we create another flat ground mesh to cover the 4 bottom voxels, and this process continues as the cell marches through the voxel grid, creating a mesh anywhere one is needed. And that's the basic process of marching cubes. There are a lot of ways to build the individual cell meshes, but generally there are 256 possible meshes that could be built.
Using voxels
Normally do the smart thing and find some pre-calculated marching cubes mesh tables online to help out, but
it's so true.
I'm not always that smart.
I've never used marching
all
cubes
manually,
and it seems like a lot of
marching
work.
cubes code. It was a lot of work, and I don't recommend this at all. I even have way more than 256 cases for all these special rules. I just wanted more control
in and of
over
themselves
the
aren't
types of
necessarily
shapes that I could
bad,
get than the
but
standard
marching
marching
cubes
cubes rules would provide.
Marching cubes is
I
good,
wanted both blocky
but
shapes
it's complicated
and beveled shapes. Eventually, with my version of the algorithm, I was able to get pretty much what I wanted. But I still didn't like it. It was weeks of work, and I regret all of it. I just didn't like it. What really got me was the texturing. I was trying a lot of different styles, but texturing is one area where voxel algorithms are weak. Since the mesh is built
Voxel sounds like
procedurally, you
some
have
ugly
much
Doctor
less
Who alien.
artistic control than if you built and textured a mesh in a 3D
Yeah.
modeling program. So, looking back at this, it's not all bad. But I just didn't like it. It wasn't really what I wanted. And I was frustrated. But I did find an interesting solution. I was looking at Twitter, and you can follow me there too, and I saw a post from Oscar Stahlberg, the creator of Bad North and Townscaper.
Townscaper, yeah.
He was sharing a devlog from the creators of Phantom Brigade, where they discussed their procedural terrain system. So first, check out this game. I've played some of their other games, but not this one. It does look really cool though. They used a modular system for their buildings that I really like. Here's their post on modular buildings. Link in the description. They create 3D tiles based on Marching Cube's rules and assemble them using a modified Marching Cube's algorithm. But because they create the meshes by hand in a 3D modeling program, they have full artistic control of the shapes and materials they use. And it really works great. I really like the idea of making 3D tiles instead of using the standard Marching Cubes shapes. But
see, when we were playing Townscaper, that is what I was wondering about. I was wondering if they used a system like that. It's basically like, it's Marching Cubes, but in my mind, I didn't think of it like Marching Cubes. I just thought of it as like an algorithm to determine, or like a piece of code to determine what everything around it was, to then determine what it should be. Which is basically what Marching Cubes is. Marching Cubes looks at all the points, looks at all the voxel points around an area, and determines what it should be. Like whether it should be a flat plane, or an angle, or like some combination of plane pieces. And that's essentially what, in my head, that's how it works. But yeah, with things like Townscaper, that you have to make a model for every instance, for every version of that combination. And actually, with Townscaper and other things, it's not just voxel spots. Each voxel spot can be a multiple of different things. So in Townscaper, you could have, like, one of the voxel points could be flooring. One of the voxel pieces could be a building that is red. Another voxel piece could be a building that is blue. Another piece could be like there's empty space, of course. And it just goes on and on like that for every piece, for every type of piece that existed in Townscaper. Each voxel point can be a different one of those. So you have to create a model that covers every single one of those. Do you want to see what's making me laugh? Let's all laugh together. Not exactly. With Townscaper, it uses something closer to wave function collapse, which is more logical. Ah, okay. But it sounds like it looks like it used something very similar to what this modular building system in this other game uses, where you have to basically make a model for every scenario. I have to look at wave function collapse, because I don't actually know what that is.
I also didn't want to be restricted by Marching Cube's rules at all. I dug a little deeper, and I started reading more of Oscar Stahlberg's posts. He uses a method called wave function collapse.
Oh, here it is.
Yes, we finally get to it. In Oscar Stahlberg's Bad North, wave function collapse is used to generate these cute little islands. They look great, and more importantly, they don't look anything like you would get from Marching Cubes. In Townscaper, you build these little towns. That's it. Everything's assembled with wave function collapse, and it looks nothing like Marching Cubes.
Yeah.
It's fun and super cheap, so check it out. Here's how wave function collapse works.
Yeah.
First, you create modules. Here I have a simple 2D grass tile.
Yeah.
The grass tile connects to the little trees tile, and vice versa. I'm creating matches for each tile based on adjacency. The big trees tile connects to the little trees tile, but not to grass. Sand connects to grass, but not to trees. And finally, water connects to sand. Let's also assume that every tile can connect to itself. Now that the modules are ready, we need a grid of cells. Initially, each cell can contain any of the modules. we can say that the domain of each cell initially includes all possible modules. Now we pick a random cell and randomly assign a module. The cell has now been collapsed.
Right.
We also know how to reduce the domains of the neighboring cells. We know that the little trees module can only be placed near other little trees, big trees, and grass. Reducing the domains of the neighboring cells might also reduce the domains of the neighbor's neighbors. When we collapse one cell, we need to propagate the information to all cells that should change. Now we pick a new cell to collapse. It should probably be a cell with a small domain. Each time we collapse a cell, we propagate the new constraints to adjacent cells. Watch how the domain sizes decrease each time we collapse a new cell. I'll let this play out a bit so you can see the process. And I'll also speed it up a bit too.
Yeah, you can see the numbers shifting around.
And that's it. That's wave function collapse. Here's the same tile set on a much bigger map. The process is nearly instant when it isn't being animated, but I also really like watching the algorithm work. One of the nice things about this method is that you can set whatever connectivity rules you want, and the algorithm will figure out how to put things together, for the most part. Okay, so that was a simple set of tiles for this demonstration. Here's a more serious set of pixel art tiles. I was really into pixel art for a bit while I was working on this. I'm not great at it, but it's a style I'd like to get better at. The little worn down pathways in this one are kind of interesting. And I like how the flowers turned out. I have some rules here that clump the flowers and weeds together, but don't group those with the trees. It's all about setting rules for how the tiles can connect.
Right,
You have a lot of creative freedom. Here's some 3D sets I've been working with. The algorithm works pretty much the same in 3D. I'm following General Marching Cube's design guidelines for creating my modules, but I can also ignore a lot of it or add my own rules too. It's really nice to be unrestricted by voxel meshing rules. For this one, I was playing around with small river and waterfall modules that always flow south. That's the kind of thing you can't do with marching cubes. And here, the trees might look a little weird during generation, but that's because the tree mesh is randomly picked from a few different options when the mesh is built. During animation, the mesh is built each update. Randomly picking a mesh to use means I can have one module that can have multiple looks. It would be much less performant to have one module per tree type. Okay, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. In the next video, I'll go into technical details about how wave function collapse works, and about how my own code works. Please do all the normal YouTube things, like, subscribe, hit the bell, swipe right, tell your mom you love her, reach out to an old friend, but also let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It would be nice to talk to people with similar interests. Alright, that's all for now. See you next time.
In some of these generations, I'll go back a bit. Some of these generations, pieces are already determined. I wonder if that's because those tiles are required to be a specific tile, so they auto-collapse. So, like, for whatever reason, this tile here, because of the tiles around it over here, it is determined that that tile has to be that particular tile. So just instead of leaving it to generate the next process, just auto-generate it. Because it's already predetermined. I wonder if that's how that works. Yeah. Update. My brother jumped on my bed a couple minutes ago, drunk. And I think he fell asleep on it now. So yeah, I see. I guess you can chill. Fair enough. Yeah. I forgot to link it in the subreddit, but there's a video of him explaining how it works in Bad North. Right. By him, I mean the maker of Bad North and Townscaper. Yeah, I assumed that's what you meant. How long do you think it will be before AI replaces artists? I have a feeling it will happen. Eventually. I think that's the idea. Yeah, because I was looking at it, I was like, why are there some tiles that were sticking out? But in my mind, I'm like, that must be the reason. It's like, because these tiles are these, like, cliff tiles, because they're raising up a story, like, there's probably a piece of code that says, basically, a lot, like, next to this shape, the tile here has to be just a plain grass. It can't be anything else. And same with this, when it's just when the water starts in one tile, that means this tile has to, or these tiles, I think it might be actually 2 tiles. These have to be water tiles, because otherwise you'd end up with situations where you have this tiny little sliver of water and nothing else. Programmers are probably okay. Yeah, programmers are probably one of the ones that is okay for longer than other jobs. I think visual artists and voice actors are most at risk of AI replacement. Right. Yeah. That's the thing, you can get some automatic code writing happening, but yeah, there's a lot of like advanced complexity that just wouldn't be able to be predetermined via AI. Alright. Wait, did I miss this one? Door stuck, door stuck. Somehow I missed this. That's weird.
The Phantom, exterior like fish eggs, interior like suicide wrist rags. I could exercise you, this could be your phys ed. Cheat on your man, homie. I try to sneak through the door, man. Can't make it, the shit's stuck. Out my way, son! Door stuck! Door stuck! Please! I know you! Fred! You're a genuine dick sucker!
There's an ad for the orange box.
I was going to prank.
Brilliant. Yeah, what's interesting is I literally just the other day saw someone reference this video, and it's so weird to suddenly see it again. Well, I did make the cover art for my music with AI, so I thought you had. I was gonna make a comment about that. I totally forgot to do it. It looked like those pictures, and it's like, can you tell what anything in this picture is? And it's like you look at it, and it feels familiar, but you can't name a single thing in it. Every time you look at something, it's like, no, that's not what I thought it was. Yeah, that's what it looked like. That cover art. Step gamer, I'm stuck. I've actually seen this before. I saw this years ago. It was some people like making a pleading video to say like,
hi, my name is Chris Salem.
We want Half-Life 3.
We're interns at an advertising agency.
But more importantly, we want to play Half-Life 3.
We love Half-Life and Valve, and it's really unique how much Valve listens to their fans.
Here's the thing. It's been almost an entire decade since the last version of Half-Life, and Valve hasn't said a single thing. On top of that, they seem to be focused on everything.
Yeah, 2014.
Now, we don't necessarily think Valve's doing anything wrong. We love Valve.
We think that the fans aren't doing enough. We think that we've never truly been united and made our voice heard.
There's no better time than right now to tell Valve exactly what we want. If they listen to their fans like they've proven in the past, well, hopefully we can get Half-Life 3.
This makes me sad because they released this at a time that has now been referred to as, what is it? The decade of sadness, the wasteland, the decade where they didn't do anything. Anyway, whoa, mind-blowing visual effects. The Wilderness, that's what it's called. That's what Robin Walker called it. Yeah. Oh!
My back! I just broke it.
I just looked at his face while that was happening. He was trying to pretend. He was trying to act. Slick's funny. Your trees not do that. Hmm. It sucked all the meat out of his head. Spaghettified it. If the world worked like that, I'd be so upset. Oh! I had that fear as a kid. Wait, which one? Oh no, he was cake! Oh dear. Oh, with the Hoover that it would like suck your insides out. Oh, that foot one like freaked me out. The fear of being cake. That was good. That was good. I like that. Pull 2, but chat can do console commands. Oh, this is the one that Nathan was talking about. I know this was on DC before, but I wanted to show this on stream anyway. Right. Yeah. There's a whole long video on this. But Nathan sent a clip. Where is it? Where was that section? Just in time. Yeah, where was the clip that you sent? Because we won't watch the whole thing, we'll just watch the clip. I know you wanted me to see a specific moment and it didn't work properly. The clip didn't work properly. Just play the no, it's 11 minutes, man. I can't watch the whole thing. We have rules about this. On the topic of trying to get Valve to do something, Tyler made a video intercutting clips of TF2 bots with faces, emails, and roles of Valve employees. Oh, I see. I don't know how to feel about that. I haven't seen that. Do the boss battle one? Okay.
Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Please, please, please. Moon portal detector kill. As soon as I noticed that, What happened?
Oh, the game crashed.
What's happening?
The game crashed because of the lack of existence of the portal detector.
What?
Oh, he took it down.
Right,
oh, I see. Yep.
We end this challenge the same way we've been going through it all. By crashing the fucking game. I call that an end. Holy shit, G fucking G. We gotta see credits. You've seen the credits before. Come on. These are our...
Let's go a little bit earlier.
Good. Okay. Wait, this is his last cycle. Wait, we're so close. Okay. Okay, no.
Okay, yeah, this is the part we saw.
I got portal. There's still portal.
Wait. Let's go back a bit.
Where is he aiming? Oh, no. This should work. Yes, okay. Wait. No. No. Oh,
Removal
okay,
paint.
there's still portal. Come on. Yes, okay, good. Okay, wait, this is his last cycle. Wait, we're so close.
Yeah, so yeah, people were
Oh no, save at chapter 8.
Wait, did someone type like play credits or something?
Why are there credits on this map? Thank you for watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed the challenge.
534.
Raid Shadow Legends. There you go, free ad. Oh,
Wireframe active.
My controls are inverted.
And controls
inverted. Oh my god,
inverted.
CL forward speed. I didn't even notice that. Okay, hold on. This is for practicing my backwards hops. I just don't know where I'm going. Does my command reset? Let's find out. Nope. Certainly not. Oh, the cube lags behind. We could just like fucking skip out. What? We can still sort of deal with this, I think. And sensitivity 0.1. Well,
sensitivity 0.1.
Okay, this is fine, right? Because we could then just.
Wait, is gravity
Fucking
lowered?
Ape. What do you want me to do? Oh, there it is. There it is. And an elevator. Come on. Come on, fast. Before some idiot fucking decides to screw things up even more.
Yeah.
Why are you not jumping?
Yeah, because normally they don't cross over.
Looks so dumb. I'm dying. This is not the dumbest we've had. This is not the dumbest. You get some speed gel. Put that on here. Hey, there you go. There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you
He's gonna overshoot it by miles. Oh,
no! I don't have my textures properly set.
Well, we'll leave it at there, but yeah. That's good. Alright, I cycled 700 kilometers through France. Wait, I was gonna say, oh, Mumbo. I recognize that YouTuber. Okay.
I recently bike packed 722 kilometers through France. It was a great experience, peppered with some truly painful and bad moments, but that's sort of the point. So why did I do it? Well, nothing quite satisfies my ape brain quite like traveling long distances using my own body as the engine. It's almost reminiscent of like the bygone explorer, just traversing new lands, except I'm on a carbon road bike on freshly paved roads with easy access to McDonald's if I get hungry. So I guess it's not quite as rugged as my ape brain likes to believe, but it definitely connects you back to the basics. You know, food, water, and shelter are your three focuses, and each day you're sort of managing your options for each. It gives you clarity on what's important in terms of possessions, because everything you bring adds weight, and weight slows you down, so it's like a forced minimalism. And importantly for me, traveling by bike allows you to cover long distances with relative ease while still giving you the access that you get from something like walking. You can stop whenever and wherever you want, you can take detours on a whim, and you can really immerse yourself in the environment. You feel the wind, you feel the gradient, the temperature, the road surface, the bends in the road, the busyness and the vibe of a place to a hyper degree when you're riding on a bike. And this is both a good thing and also occasionally a massive negative thing, because when the wind is in your face, the gradient is a hill, the temperature is cold and it's busy and it's wet. You don't want to be feeling all those things. So how did I do it? Well, I was following the Eurovelo 4 route, which goes from Roscoff in France all the way up to Kiev in Ukraine, and I got the ferry across to Cherbourg and cycled up to Calais. So I was doing a very small portion
This must have been a while
of
ago.
the route, but in total it was 722 kilometers, and it took me 7 days to complete. I was riding my Specialized Diverge gravel bike, and I had all of my bike packing kit strapped on in line. It was important to me that everything was
The
kept in
madman,
line,
yeah.
so it was nice and streamlined so that I could maintain a fairly solid pace, despite the fact that I had 5 days of headwind. All in, the trip cost me just under 300 euros, and that included 1 hotel, 6 campsites, 28 croissants, 4 baguettes, 2 ferries, and 1 vegan Burger King in the rain, which was quite depressing. So how did it all feel? Looking back, it was an incredible experience, but definitely in the moment, there were some serious rough spots. You know, the extreme anxiety as I arrived in France and realized I actually had to do this, that was strong, and then just the cold, wet regret on day 1 as I rode into a 30-kilometer-hour headwind. I was just thinking, what on earth am I doing here?
People
the
forget
frost on
that
the
you get
inside of my
wind
tent, the faulty inner tubes that meant that I couldn't actually repair my puncture, and I thought that my trip was over. because of something so silly, my charge port on my phone breaking, which meant I actually got lost for 3 hours in rural France until eventually I found somewhere that sold a wireless charger, which allowed me to get back onto the route. And that's when I ate the Burger King, by the way. Depressing. Just the general pain of doing compound 100-kilometer days with a full bike packing rig. I mean, it was definitely tough. I just kept repeating in my head that it'll all work out. And just to remember that no one moment is connected to the next. And really, these huge swings ended up defining my trip. You know, each day or even hour would go from, this is horrible, I hate this, I want to go home, so this is amazing, it's the best thing I've ever done, I never want to go home. The tough times amplified the good times. Dry socks at the end of the day were a reason to celebrate. My pesto pasta that I would eat became a Michelin star meal. A personal highlight for me was just watching the clouds for 2 hours as I lay on the grass.
Yeah, I understand that feeling of when you are exhausted, when something you've been... Oh, I'm chroma keying myself out. When you're, like, exhausted and you haven't eaten in hours and you've been doing, like, especially if you've been doing physical labor and you're just, like, you have that real strong inner tiredness from working or physically for a while. Simple meals that might otherwise you might just have them and you're like, eh, and you move on, often become, like, amazing. This, like, one time, I think it was, like, the first time I ever had beef stroganoff. It's one of my favorite meals now, because the first time I ever had beef stroganoff was right after I had done something really intense physically the whole day. And so coming home, having that beef stroganoff, I was like, this is the best meal I've ever had. And, yeah, to this day, I still enjoy a good beef stroganoff.
Feeling my legs gradually recover after a 9-hour day in the saddle. You know, it was pure joy. I just wish that this fresh perspective stuck around, because I've been back for 3 weeks now, and already I'm just back to aimlessly getting frustrated on social media and opening my very full fridge and complaining that there's no food. But I guess that just tells me that maybe I need to do more of this sort of thing, and maybe that fresh perspective will become a little more sticky each time I do it. So would I recommend? Yes, absolutely. If you can and do have access to doing something like this, I would highly recommend it. And will I be doing it again? Definitely. And I'm probably going to be going for longer. So I guess I'll update you on how that goes and on where my bicycle is going to be taking me next. But for now, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool thing to do. I miss traveling. It's been too long since I last traveled somewhere. Alright, what's this? Pokemon Sword and Shield, but explained with Hot Pockets. Oh.
Today I'm going to review Pokemon Sword and Shield entirely with food. But before I start, I have not played a Pokemon game since Red and Blue 20 years ago. So you gotta understand, in my head, Pokemon means this.
How you doing?
And now, 20 years later, I booted up Sword and Shield and said, oh my god, the Pokemon are 3D now! You can run through a field! You can just see the Pokemon hanging around! This new game is blowing Child Doug's brain, but then I read on the internet that apparently the games used to be way better. It feels like I'm eating at a restaurant and going, oh, this food is so good. But then someone walked up to my table and said, you know, this place has actually gone downhill. The food used to taste way better here. And I say, okay, well, I haven't eaten food in 20 years. I am starving and I have very low standards right now. Why are you even eating here? This is a Chuck E. Cheese. It's for children. So as a disclaimer, I am reviewing this as a new Pokemon fan rather than knowing the entire history of the series. But with that out of the way, let me tell you about this dope-ass Chuck E. Cheese.
That is a highly relatable situation of being like, yeah, it's been fucking 20 years. Because like that was I was a huge fan of Pokemon when I was a kid. I never played the games though. I only watched the anime. So yeah, going to playing Pokemon now would be like a kind of a mind-blowing thing.
Gameplay loop of catching lots of Pokemon and using the right type of moves in battle is still so fun after 20 years, and the 3D world makes this even more fun, and oh my god, this game is so easy. Now, most video games are like cooking a complex dinner, where there's lots of different ingredients and decisions, and you have to use the right timing and strategy to get the right result. But Pokemon is like cooking a Hot Pocket. To cook a Hot Pocket, you literally put it in the microwave, and you press a button. That's it. You put the right type Pokemon into battle, and you press one button. That's it. Now, obviously, part of the appeal of Hot Pockets is how easy they are to make. It is a quick, stress-free meal, but Hot Pockets don't provide that satisfying payoff that cooking your own meal does, because there are no difficult decisions to make when you cook a Hot Pocket. And Pokemon battles just never felt particularly rewarding to me because I am just using the same strong-type Pokemon move every turn. This is best demonstrated in the gyms. They are the most climactic moment of the game, and the atmosphere is fantastic. It's like you've been cooking Hot Pockets out on some road, but now you're in a stadium. It's Iron Chef. There's a crowd, there's epic music, you're pumped up, and you say, I'm ready to show the world my cooking skills. And the gym chef says, well, you'll have to cook better than me, and I'm the best Cajun chef in the whole world. Then I'll have to do the best cooking of my life. No! How could I have been defeated? I just used the microwave. You've shown great spirit in this battle. Literally just press one button. So the gym battles pretty much still play out exactly the same as any other. And Dynamax looks cool, but it doesn't matter how big your Hot Pocket is if you still just press one button on the microwave to cook it. Now, does it really matter if the game is easy? No, not really. They're clearly targeting a more casual audience, and it's not like Hot Pockets are trying to be a 5-star restaurant. That's just not their target audience. But even so, it's bizarre to me that at the most climactic moments of the game, you are still just putting out the right Pokemon and pressing one button instead of mixing up your strategy. Later in the game, the Hot Pockets do get harder. Now they're gonna like burn if they're in the microwave too long or you use the wrong type of plate or something, but I still never felt like the game presented me with any real situation that requires critical thinking because you still just do the correct play and press the button. To compensate for this, some people play the game with weaker Pokemon or with the Nuzlocke challenge to add artificial difficulty, and I tried Nuzlocke and it's super fun, but I do wish that the core gameplay loop had this depth built in. I really wish that the battles weren't entirely decided by what type the two Pokemon are. I wish I had a reason to use all of those cool, weird utility and debuff moves. I wish that Hot Pockets didn't burn the roof of my mouth. But ultimately, I just have to accept that Pokemon's creative vision is to be all about tight matchups, and I have to accept that Hot Pocket's creative vision is to burn the roof of my mouth. Now, the story is where Pokemon gets really intense. It starts very upbeat. You're in this happy little British setting, but you slowly uncover that Chairman Rose, who owns all the corporations in Galar, has begun running a totalitarian regime using alien Pokemon to oppress humanity. And you have to travel to the Pokemon Citadel to destroy his link to the Combine. Oh, wait, no, that's Half-Life 2. Pokemon's story is pretty boring.
I had heard that some of the story mode stuff for Pokemon games isn't super deep. Got some hot chocolate. No, nothing important. Just wanted to brag. Ah, okay. I paused because I thought I'd read the chat for a bit. But I see it was mostly hot chocolate, and the song goes so hard. Still, I'm assuming you mean the stadium one. Gen 4 had the best story, IMO. I don't know what Gen 4 is. I only know Gen 1 and 2. You did mention you had cake. Well, that was a while ago, isn't it? Cake!
Ball Guy is like trying to eat food when you're on a date with a really sexy lady or a guy. Like, you're trying to focus on the food, but how can I focus on eating when I'm so horny? How can I focus on Pokemon when Ball Guy is dancing right in front of me?
Pearl Diamond and
Now, this
Platinum.
game really does shine when you reach the wild area. The wild area feels like you're going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. There's like a billion exciting foods to try, but then Mom says, honey, sit down and eat your vegetables first. And you say, oh, come on, Mom. No buts. Eat these vegetables and water and hot sauce, and then you can have dessert. So the game forces you to eat a bunch of boring crap at the beginning, but then you get to eat at the wild buffet. It's full of all these different exotic foods like ice cream and honey and literal garbage, and you have the actual freedom to eat how you want. When I play a game like Breath of the Wild, it resonates with me because I'm the one deciding where the adventure goes, and so the experience feels deeply personal. And my favorite moment in this game was when I got lost in the wild area and I had to forge my own path back to society. It was a dinner that I got to design myself instead of just being spoon-fed from my mom. Unfortunately, after I had gone through the full wild area just a single time, I was starting to get this sneaking suspicion that there is not actually very much to discover here. until I realized this game has camping. You can feed them and play with
know what
them,
you
and
mean.
it's so charming, and the premise is fantastic, and wow, there's just not much replayability here. Like, once you've played with the toys one time, it's
I saw
really
that picture
all the
that
same.
Damien
And
used
the
to have
camp
as
kind of
his profile
encapsulates
pic.
my feeling on this entire game. Every feature and zone oozes with charm and flavor on the surface. There's so many different ingredients to try, but then you realize there's just not much depth to any of them. I mean, look at all the
You found
ingredients
back
in a
in the
Hot
channel?
Pocket. Wow, they've got methyl cellulose. That is so cute. But then you take a bite and you realize that, hey, this methyl cellulose is chemically programmed to taste exactly the same every single time, and you're not going to have a new experience the 10th time you go to Pokemon Camp. And for some people, that's fine, right? They want to know that their favorite restaurant is going to taste exactly the same every single time. But for me, the ingredients getting so repetitive so fast in this game means I'm going to go eat at a different restaurant pretty quick. Methyl cellulose is a laxative, which means it helps you take healthy, consistent poops, just like how Pokemon Camp gives you the same shit every time. Now, I've complained about a whole bunch of things in this video, but at the end of the day, this game is really fun. The world and the Pokemon are delightful, the music is fantastic, and yes, there is absolutely a ton of stuff they could improve about Hot Pockets. It's frankly shocking that Hot Pockets are still successful, even though they are absolutely disgusting and have not improved in 20 years. But if your core flavor is this goddamn tasty, they can jam literally anything into a baked croissant, and I'm gonna eat it. I love video games, I love Hot Pockets, and I give Pokemon Sword and Shield 2 Michelin balls out of 3. Hey, would you like me to do more food gaming reviews on this channel?
Balls.
Then let me know, because as you can probably tell, I don't know what I'm doing.
That was good. That was a good review. Entertaining. Yeah, as someone who's never played a Pokemon game, like that, I got it. He explained it really well. That was a really good, a weirdly good analogy with the Hot Pocket thing. Anyway, cat adorably stares at human. Oop. Aw. I was like, I'm just gonna stare the whole way through. I like to play GTA, Skyrim, and Smash Bros. I don't know personally, but I enjoy those games. I mean, I don't play Smash Bros. Not really my kind of game. GTA and Skyrim though. Jump scare incoming. It really felt like it. Pokemon Legends. Wait. Ood, the difficulty curve? Upped. Oh, it was supposed to be upped. I was like, Ood? The difficulty curve? I still haven't finished it. Yeah. 10 out of 10. I was waiting for the human to turn around so it could pounce. Yeah. The next two are Twitch clips from Portal Runner. I noticed that. And I actually made these clips. Oh, nice, nice. Alright, let's have a look at this one. Oh.
Yo. Don't question anything. I had that word. Ah!
Oh.
What? That was a scream of genuine terror. Yeah, fizzle portals. Yeah, it was fun. Actually, do we even... I mean, yeah, let's just keep you there for the time being.
I can't place my red pot off the floor, so you're gonna have to make it to the other side instantly.
That is a bit bad, but
I mean, I could jump off, place it, and then jump back.
What is hurting him?
Wait, what am I doing?
What was hurting him? Nathan scares Portal Pro Runner by fizzling portals. Yeah, what was hurting him? That was cringe. Okay.
Right back, okay? So that means that unless Nathan fizzles the portals, oh my fucking god, I'm trying to do an introduction. Also, I should do a quick FPS exec. Do I have my my graphics setting? Oh wait. Oh guys, look at this. Look at this cheat I found. If you go out of full screen and then you go back into full screen, you get so many fucking frames. You have no idea. You get all the frames in the world. Wow, that's how many frames you get. That's how many. Whatever note I just hit. That's how. What? I was just leaving full screen and you loaded a save. Okay, bro, please. Oh wait, no, that's not the thing I want to do. Okay, full screen. Bang, bang. Look at it.
Well, yeah. Let's make the cat to attack. It's doing a challenge called Floor's Lava. Ah. How the hell would you do that? When you sleep, I'll be watching. Oh dear. Oh no. Nah. It's not Ronald McDonald. One of the videos I first found his channel is in GA5, and he has like one of every time he said the word like cop, he gets 5-star. Okay. And something that closes to cop like cup. He gets 5-star no matter what. I see. It sounds like something he would do, yeah. The safe zones are such as the co-op spawns. Oh, I see. That's why he was dying. Because he was doing Floor's Lava and yep. That's why it was hurting him. Yeah, okay. Seems like fun. Okay, what's this?
Thank you for calling Pizza Hut. This is Caitlin. Will this be for carry out or delivery?
Neither. I don't want anything. I'm not hungry.
Okay, great. Then don't call here.
I don't like pizza.
Oh, well, we have your phone number and your name, so we'll be contacting the police. Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, I don't want pizza. I want tacos.
Okay, well, this is Pizza Hut. If you want tacos, you're going to have to call somewhere else.
Should I call Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Hey, I want pizza.
Pretty copy, Kingdom Hearts 3 here, GameStop.
Wow.
Dan, how can I help you today?
It's me, Dracula. I'm calling to see if you have the new Dracula video game.
I'm not familiar with the Dracula video game. Which one would that be?
You play as Dracula. Explore over 3 levels.
Do you know the name of the game?
It's Hogan's Castle.
Thank you for calling Barnes & Noble. This is Mary. How can I help you?
Hey, how do you get the big Yoshi?
Okay. Is it a stuffed animal or?
Yeah, I mean he's sitting there.
Okay.
Need the big one though. You know?
I can't handle this. We've talked about this before. Doing like bits or skits that involve real people that aren't in on the bit, just I can't handle. I can't handle them. Ugh. Made a clip of the stream. It's on Reddit now. Oh. Okay, I'll have to check it out. It makes me cringe. Yeah, I can't handle it. It hurts my soul. I don't know why. It's like there's other like prank channels and stuff like that, and prank videos that I've seen that do the same thing where it's like if it's a bit, if it's like a skit and it's involving people that aren't in on the bit or skit or whatever, I'm like, oh, I hate it. Secondhand embarrassment. Yeah. I'm like, I just feel bad for the person involved, and I just like crumple into nothing. I found inspiration. If everyone's in on the bit, like everyone involved, if you're acting, if it's a movie or a play or something and everyone's in on the bit, it's fine. But it's when there's someone who isn't in on the bit, like if play or stage actors go into the audience and get an audience member as well, I just immediately implode and yeah, anyway. Computer explodes. Okay.
So, you can see that the power cable is now...
Yeah, I don't really like pizza. It's the lady on the
The
phone.
only gloves I could find to switch the power switch on with were a pair of full arm-length rubber gauntlets. Over there you can see them for use on that shot blasting machine. So, I'm not going to wear those. I'm going to trust in a piece of wood to turn the power switch on. So, here we go. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Wow.
I find it interesting that, the power supply is up the top here. My power supply is always at the bottom.
We've got some smoke coming out.
Oh, water damaged PC.
The power supply has...
Turn it off. There was literal fire there.
You could see.
Why is he turning it back on?
Whoa! So, whoa! Right, that's
why
the
is he doing
catch
this?
I should have known that it wasn't going to work. Oh well, guess I'm ordering a motherboard then.
Ugh. Painful. I have to take calls as part of my job too, and this is painful. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Same with Ralphie. I used to work in a call center, and so I know the pain of receiving a call that's like nonsense, and you're just like, oh, I have to respond to the phone, but there's this shit on the other side. Sorry, Fireboy, you wanted to send a link. I haven't got any DMs open at the moment. I mean, you can send it through if you wish, but I probably won't see it until a little bit later today. Prank calls make me feel like this battery acid flowing into my spine. I don't quite get that. I wouldn't quite describe it like that. I would describe it as like crumpling into yourself, like imploding. That's probably how I would describe it. You like the part where he says, yeah, I don't really like pizza. It's like, wow. Fun fact, I'm installing a PSU right now. Oh, I see. Crisis be like, yeah. Oh god, back in the day. Yeah, it reminds me I've got to troubleshoot my GameCube. I may have screwed up my soldering. Oh. I doubt he'll be saying, whoa, when his finger gets blown off. I was like, I was seeing like there's literal popping going on in the thing before he turned it back on. And I'm like, why would you turn it back on? It's just gonna do more. Dude, you're ordering a whole new PC, not just a new motherboard. Firstly, he's gonna need a new power supply. He's gonna need a new if it's a water damaged PC, I'd be replacing the entire everything. I'd be trying to get stuff off the hard drive if I could, once it's fully dry. But I'd be replacing every part inside that machine. Never got prank calls, thankfully, but I'd imagine I wouldn't take it well. I also never got specifically a prank call while I was working there, but I mean, some of the customers that would call, it's like verging on prank call levels of like annoying. Actually, Zach, interesting comment. I don't know whether would I have enjoyed prank calls. Honestly, at the business I was at, probably. I probably would have preferred that to dealing with the customers. It looks like I'm absolutely blowing up into a million pieces while there's an orbital cannon shooting at you. When I cringe at something, for me, I would always describe it as like, there's like a feeling on your inside that it's like a black hole, and I'm like collapsing into myself, and eventually I'll just crumple up into nothing. That's how I would describe it. Pretty sure most older PCs have their power supplies at the top. I had a gaming PC from like 2008 and it had the power at the top. Oh, okay. I would say even the PC that my brother had back in like 2008, it had the power supply at the bottom. And my old PC that I had in 2011, it also had the power supply at the bottom. I don't think I've ever had a computer with a power supply at the top. Have I? Maybe the old computer from like 2000. We had a PC from the year 2000 that, I think that might have had the power plug at the top. Yeah. That one, the home one that we had. Oh, see you, Ralphie. Yeah, I understand. I stream pretty late for most people, so I can understand the need to go to bed mid-stream, but that's all good. Hope you have a good night. Sleep well. I have about an hour and a half left in the stream. Yeah, that makes sense. About an hour and a half. Yeah. I once did a ding-dong ditch as a child, but I'm a wuss, so I just waited there and asked for... Does Bob live here? Yeah. I ding-dong ditched only... Well, I didn't do it myself, but someone actually, I think it was one of my brother's friends. We were all just roaming around the town that I live in, and this person had, it was like the most wussy ding dong ditch because the house had like a fence around it, and they had like a buzzer at the gate, and it was like 9 p.m. or something like that, and they pressed the buzzer at the gate and then ran away. So that inside the house they would have had a little like ding dong sound, and they would have like looked through the buzzer camera or whatever, and there would have been no one there. It's like no big deal. POV, you got water cooling in your PC and your reservoir pump is leaking? Yes. I have water cooling in my PC, and that's something I am terrified of. I should replace the unit. Because the unit is getting on a bit. This will blow your mind. I grabbed the entire test chamber. Is this that channel that does the... This looks like the channel that does that, my portals are broken stuff. Where it's like... Yeah. Yeah. Yep, I thought so. It's the channel that does the, like, it was like the triple phase laser. But, let's just go with this one. It's the same channel that does the, like, weird, glitchy... Yeah. It's like, what the... It's like, wait, what? Oh dear. And then, yeah, so this one's guys that grabbed the entire test chamber. Yeah, the entire test chamber is here. Oh, that's fascinating. It broke a section of the wall. That's it. That's the end there. Weird. Super weird. Alright. Second video. Computer singing Peking opera. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm assuming you want... It's like these ones here? Oh, okay. Oh, that's why you said second video. It's this one. You. Programming a voice, synthesized voice to do that. Morning. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. It was the thing about, we were talking about the like quality of synthetic voices these days. Friday Night Funkin' in a nutshell. The demonstration of a traditional Peking opera. Yeah, exactly. Fascinating. Alright, so we got some more music here. Local drunkard. A song for a game I've been thinking of making for a while now. It's in concept stage, and I wanted to share this track as a sneak peek. A sneak peek, if you will, under 2 minutes. Okay. Let's have a listen. A Dance with the Devil. I'll go off this page so it stops chroma keying my face. God, I need to cut my beard. You have one beef with the FNF community, and it's them stealing UTAU from the VSynth community. Ah. Yeah, I'm assuming not the developer themselves, but the community stole it. Utau. With the new Rorius outro theme. Nah, this is No You're Drunk's song called Dance with the Devil. You just barely see the one you posted above, yeah. I can already tell which one it is. Dancing with Among Us. Terrible. Can be latched onto Tahoe since it's a singing synthesizer. We can record your own vocals. Ah. Right, yeah, so they just like took it over, sort of. That's sus. The song was called Dancing with the Devil, and I thought it was really cool. It sounded, speaking of TF2, it gave me TF2 vibes at like whatever guitar you use there. Reminded me of it, but it sounds, I like it a lot. Once again, I can definitely see it being like a video game piece of music. So yeah, I look forward to seeing that project if you would ever decide to complete it. 007 vibes. Oh, okay. Plus TF2 vibes, yeah. I think honestly my goal is to just send one video per month and it's TF2 related. I see. Yeah. Alright. Devour Hope on Midwich with the Onryo. Killing begins at 6:10. Okay. Let's skip to 6:10 then. We'll go to 6:08 for good measure.
Shouldn't heal.
Give you a cheeky like.
Let's go. What's up, LED? We'll kill the David last. Alright, that's you
nice.
dead. Who knows? Maybe we can go for slug. Come here. Let me do the gosh for kill. That's behind the wall.
Aww.
Well,
that's always unfortunate.
Alright, you dead? Were you watching David?
Why would he let that happen?
Let me just check my totem real quick. Good, no one's on it. Alright, you guys can get an accurate what the board looks like. Oh, I saw him there. Yeah, that was Meg, so... We haven't hooked the Jake. As soon as he's down, he's dead. Unless we get the... And they've only done one gen. Like, bruh. 2 gens. The TV right there, we can just teleport to. What's up? You still have Deadeye, right? Damn, nice.
Ooh, yeah.
You made a mistake. You should have I
was gonna say, yeah, good use of Dead Hard, and then
don't know, where's this Jake?
didn't really utilize it. Oh, behind the wall again. Oh, no, never mind.
This is just amazing. Alright, it's a fight for the hatch.
Oh. See you, Digits. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you for the... Remember to click like.
We're making this work, I'm sorry, Chief. So, these gates are kind of regen, and it doesn't matter if he cleanses the totem. Because then... But yeah, I would love the 4K.
This map is pretty rude when it comes to the door placement.
This is why I chose Midwich, because some of the totem spots are really OP.
Hmm.
Because what you can do with Sadako is you can just teleport to a TV. literally all you have to do. And I get to guard my totem in the process. This Jake either allows me to get the 4K Mori or just the 4K. On. There he is.
Your totem was behind a bush.
What's up, David? Not David, Jake. Big mistakes. Mistakes have been made. We're gonna kill him at the exit gate. We're gonna take him to the legendary circle. Boom. Bye bye. Crowded build. I need to get another big witch offering so I can do that more. You don't even need Undying. Because they won't find it.
Anyway, yeah, that was good. I haven't actually. That's you showing me the ring girl on Ryu, or on Rio. Sorry, it's the first time I've seen that. I've not actually seen it myself. The epic dumb tech.
I have no idea where this killer is. Oh, it's right there.
All right. How did that miss? What the heck?
I did not do that.
That was weird. That was weird. That first miss was so strange. It was so like that sort of scenario where it's like that really felt like it should have hit. But yeah. Or else Rorius will come to your house and delete your Steam account. Ooh. I'm secretly like a ghostly SCP that comes to your house and deletes your Steam account. Heavy Pain. This is Josie's one that we were talking about before.
Son, you are a disgrace. Get out of here so I can...
Oh, this is from Heavy Rain. Yeah.
He's gonna give away.
I only just clicked. It's the version where you don't click any of the. You'll make it right through, but you'll lose him. But you can make it right through this whole sequence without clicking any buttons. It's so funny. It's so funny to just not press any of the buttons. You will fail the sequence, so the guy will get away, but it's so funny. Like, it's funny even without the, like, all the stuff being added over the top.
Help me capture this bloody heavy. Really? Sorry. I'm wasted.
In some ways, it's almost funnier without, because, oh, okay, he's getting some of them. He's getting, I think, maybe some of them just then. It's funny, like, I was gonna say, the original's really funny as well, because the characters are so serious, and you play as, oh, what's his name? Oh, I don't remember the guy's name. I think this is actually, is this when you're playing as Norman Jaden? Yeah, this is Norman. This is Norman Jaden. The character is such a serious character. Like, no humor in that character in and of itself. So seeing him in that sequence, like, flailing so hard is so funny. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah, it has captions if it helps. Yeah. That it was icy floor, not icy floor, right? Yeah. Yeah. Gabe Newell is just a public representation of Rory. I see that. Did you hear the Legion's chase music? I did. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but I did hear it. It is pretty cool. Like, pretty, like, as you said, like, fairly 13-year-old edgy, but I still enjoy it. Never mess with a girl with inconvenient hair growth. Yeah. Just the thought of Heavy being like, icy floored. Yabba dabba dabba. Yeah. Oh my god. Halfway 2 facts, but it's actually Portal facts. You might know already if you've seen some in your playthrough. Oh.
You just got pranked 2 days in a row. This cube has invisible walls around it to keep it from sliding off the platform.
Oh, I see. Huh. Yeah, they do stuff like that all the time in Portal.
If you watch my channel, you're probably familiar with the spot in Half-Life 2 where a box continuously respawns so that you can never get stuck. Turns out there's a similar spot in Portal, although it's not quite as polished.
It just deletes itself, yeah.
Despite Valve doing this, you can in fact still get stuck. When Wheatley is telling you to go into the first test chamber, he will notice your ability to jump.
That's the spirit.
If you crouch before pressing the jump button, he will notice that you pressed the jump button, even though that doesn't make sense.
So, once again, that's the spirit.
If you move back and forth between this doorway, you can see what is ostensibly sunlight flickering on and off.
Oh, right. That's just a deloading thing. Yeah, it's because in Portal 2, you have to with projected light sources, those special like texture projection based light sources, you can only have one of them active at a time. So what's happening here is he's probably going in and out of a trigger zone that's turning on and off that projected light so that they can have another projected light later on in the level.
In the turret intro chamber, there is dramatic music that plays whenever a turret is knocked or falls over in any...
The thing is, the engine is perfectly capable of running a lot more of them, but for some reason in Portal 2 they made it so it's restricted to just one. At a time. They could have just... Because it's capable of something like up to 13 projected light sources, but they only ever allow one at a time. All they could have done, all they needed to do, was in their own maps make it so that they only ever use one, but instead they made it a engine limiter. It's like built in that you're only allowed one at a time. Yeah, but as I was saying, like they could have made it so that in their maps they only ever use one at a time to keep resources low. The resource use low, sorry. Oh god. I still need to get new headphones. But they decided to make it like a built-in thing. Oh god, my hair's crazy now. And made it so that everyone making maps for Portal 2 can only use one projected texture at a time as well. And it's nonsense. Because what if you want to use two? I don't know. Seems silly to me. But, yeah. Anyway.
Wait.
What did he say? I missed it.
In the turret intro chamber, there is dramatic music that plays whenever a turret is knocked or falls over in any way.
There you are. Searching.
It can also be activated simply by putting a turret over another turret's head.
Well, I was just thinking of low-end devices. Yeah. Stop. I've heard they stopped giving out source code. Yeah, of course they have.
When you move through portals that have different vertical angles, it's possible that your camera may begin to move on its own. If you're looking too far down, it will slowly nudge you to look upwards.
Huh.
If you're looking too far up, your camera will slowly angle downwards.
I can't say I've ever noticed
Going through
that.
the portals again may or may not fix it.
Hello, this is the part where I kill you.
But not if you stand right here.
Brilliant.
There I was, smashing some steel plates together, and I thought to myself, yeah, it's deadly, but what's missing? What's missing? And I thought lots of sharp bits welded onto the fragments. It's still a work in progress, don't judge me yet. But, you know, eventually I'd like to get them to sort of shoot fire at you, moments before crushing you. That's what I'm aiming for. But, you know, small steps. Oh, and don't bother trying to portal out of here, because it's impossible. Okay, I've thought of everything. What? Conversion gel. It's dripping out of that pipe there. No, I don't think it is. I think you're wrong. Yes, it is. We can use it to get out of here. Really? And do what, exactly? Then we come and find you. And rip your gross little stupid sphere body out of my body and put me back in. No. Don't do that. Stand right here. Stand. Oh, she's not a machine.
The computer's very bad and it still lagged even if the limit is 1. Wow. It really doesn't kill you if you're there. Oh, but it kills you if you step through, yep. Of course.
No matter, because
Oh, this, I know about this one.
cards. And guess what? They're all full houses. Never actually played cards, meaning to learn. Anyway, new turret, not defective. Ace of fours. Best hand. Unbeatable, I would imagine.
As far as I'm aware, this is the only place in the game where there are panels of this exact size.
Oh, right. I also don't know if there's anything there. Anything else to that. I thought he was going to talk about the Wheatley lines. There's a ton of Wheatley lines here.
Also, right above them, there's a ring just floating there.
I've never noticed that. That was it. I thought he was going to talk about all the Wheatley lines that are there. There's like something like 4 or 5 Wheatley lines in that room that you almost never you're practically guaranteed to never hear them, especially not in full. Anyway, play Moncage. Okay. So it's a mist style. Also, please more multiplayer streams. Yeah, I've been sort of like holding back a little bit or pulling back a little bit on the multiplayer streams just because with the new format that I'm doing for streams and stuff like that, I just there's not really a whole lot of time to keep playing the same. Well, in my mind, it's like I don't have a whole lot of time to keep playing the same games, which we typically do in the multiplayer streams. If I play new games, then most of the time most people don't have them, so then it just becomes me playing them by myself. So yeah. But this looks cool. I'm not logged in, but I'll store this on the other screen so I come back to it after the stream. It's overwhelmingly positively reviewed, so yeah, I'll definitely check it out. That is something you can do on these on the Reddit. There is a flair for game suggestion. So if people have suggestions for me, they can post them on here. The only problem is I'll only see them once a month, so it is not guaranteed that you'll get it super soon. Do multiplayer now, JK? Well, I was planning to do one this weekend, but then I ended up deciding that I wanted to spend yesterday doing dev stuff. And I did do some dev stuff. I have made a bit of progress since the last stream. Still got quite a bit to do in terms of like, especially in terms of the voice acting stuff. I'm gonna voice a bunch of character stuff. That's something I have yet to do. Anyway, let's refresh the page. What's the time? 10:30. I've got about an hour left, but honestly, we could call it an early stream. That is also a possibility. GTA San Andreas remake. 2027. Let's have a look. Robbing Uncle Sam. With the like crazy like hands that they have. Yeah.
Hey, Rob. This man low. Rob. Yeah, CJ. Hey, CJ. Tell me why I ain't finished high school. Cause you been dealing drugs, man, since the age of 10. No, that ain't it. Cause you put your hands on that teacher for wearing ballers colors. But no, that ain't it either. It's cause I'm too intelligent for this stuff, man. OJ, a genius. Oh, yeah. Who got more straps than anybody? Shit. Oh. Who got all the straps, huh? Oh, man, with a lot of guns. Shoot, I give up. The army, you buster. The army. Yeah. Come
you
on,
buster.
Go on, hit the weight. Go on, hit the weight. You don't mess with that, buster. It's just the National Guard. Weekend soldiers. Ain't no match for Grove Street OGs. I'll watch y'all backs while you use the forklift to collect the crates. Okay, homie, let's load this stuff up.
Just has access to forklift to film this.
Hurry up, CJ. Come on, CJ, we got enough. Hey, CJ, get up front and drive us out of here.
I haven't watched the clip yet. I haven't seen it posted yet. I mean, I might be the one that's above this one.
Garage up in Willowfield. Go. Dang, man, these idiots just don't give up. What's happening back there? These part-time soldiers got a chip on their shoulder. Nice rhymes, man. Hey, we real heavy. Toss some crates. All right, check it out. Sound a horn, now throw a crate at them. Man, that was tight. Man, that trash was trash. You say you down for the homies, but all you do is complain.
Dum, 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 dum. It makes a little like the sound. Oh, it auto played to the. Oh, this is a playlist. I see. What the hell's the saying? At the end of the mission, it always would play that little like sting, where it would give you like money or like street cred. Ah, yeah. So it's the next one. It's the next one. Yeah, it was really well done. I actually would have loved to see the side-by-side. I would have loved to see a version that had like an example of the clip, how it originally looked. Because it's been so long since I played San Andreas that, yeah, I can't quite remember how it goes. But that, CJ, you a buster. That's something I remember vividly. You a buster. Clip Rorius related. So this is of this stream, the one that's currently live, yeah.
After I had gone through the full wild area just a single time, I was starting to get this sneaking suspicion that there is not actually very much to discover here. Until I realized this game has camping. You can feed them and play with them, and it's so charming. After I had gone through the...
How dare. Yeah. You're a Ghostbuster. 3090 GTX. I really need to upgrade my computer. It's getting old, but it's expensive and hard to acquire. Yeah. Tiana. How could you? I was like, oh, I wonder what the clip is of. I was like, oh, is it of me like dancing to Know Your Drunk's music? But no, it was that. Yeah. Have you read my explanation on the first video on Sadako Mori's? I did not. No, I think if you meant the one that you posted before, where you said like it doesn't matter what hook stage they're on, you can get a kill on someone with no hooks. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Yeah, you can Mori with your power. Pyramid Head, you may have to make the survivor tormented while they're on the dead hook, and for Sadako, if a survivor gets condemned from the tapes, you can insta-kill. Right. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I just missed the one that would say the tape was how it works. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if they watch the tape, then you can kill them instantly. Interesting. That is interesting. Because that is how it works in the movie. Is that they watch the tape and then 7 days later they die. Yeah. Because Sadako comes and kills them. But yeah, anyway, we'll call this here. It's actually probably for the best, because I have a thing that's happening like right as the stream's ending. So I need time to prepare anyway. So perfect. We'll call that there. So yeah, for next stream, something I didn't do. I completely forgot until now. Yikes. No one reminded me. It's all good. I'm not blaming. I refuse to blame you guys. It's totally my fault. I never called out the members. Memberships. Where does it? It's over here now. So, thank you to all the Royal Maximilian and all the members generally. But in terms of people who get the shout out, who have the shout out tier, we've got Jonas with 23 months. We've got Core Gamer with 20 months of Royal Maximilian. Pardon me, I keep burping. We've got Josie with 18 months of Royal Maximilian. We've got King of Fools with 14 months. Digits with 13 months of Royal Maximilian. We've got RNG with 7 months of Royal Maximilian. Tiana and Chris with both 24 months of Royal Maximilian. And Rocky with 10 months of Royal Maximilian. I really appreciate all the members. Thank you all for supporting the channel and helping me do what I do. It is always appreciated, because it without the memberships and stuff like that, I basically make nothing with this channel. It's all just so you guys donate, and I really appreciate the donations as well, but other than the donations, this is the only way I really make any money. So I appreciate it. Why are you blaming me? I'm not blaming anyone. I was the one who forgot. They gain condemn over time. Yep. They put the tape into a TV, it removes it. Oh, I see. Oh. Okay. So just while they're holding the tape, they have condemn. They slowly gain condemn. Interesting. So yeah, I appreciate all the people who have become members over the years, and yeah, we'll call that there. So thank you to everyone who posted as well. Everyone who posted on the stream, on the Reddit, sorry, for the stream. I don't think gift membership works on YouTube. You can do that on Twitch, but you can't do that on YouTube. I'm gonna keep making them beats. Okay, cool. There were some good beats. Yeah, I can't do that on YouTube. Yeah, only Twitch. Yeah. So that's definitely a feature that I thought about. I was looking at something on Twitch the other day, and I thought about that. I was like, Huh, yeah, that's something that YouTube is a little behind on. There's no alternate ways to do that kind of stuff on YouTube. So, yeah. So it's like plague. Over time, the sickness gets worse and can make you broken, and you can cleanse to get rid of it. Right, yeah, yeah. 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 I did get gifted a sub on PP Runners channel 3 times. Ah, right, yeah. Nice. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for posting on the Reddit, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know if something happens, if I decide not to for some reason. So yeah, see you guys. Bye. Have a good night or day, depending on your time zone. Alright, yeah, I'll check it when I have a moment. Yeah. Bye everyone. Yeah.